Hi, my name is Brooke Gibson, and I am currently taking a course here at Austin Peay State University. In this course, students are taught about many functions and theories that occur in an organization. Today, I'm going to be talking about three major theorists, Frederick Taylor, Henry Fayol, and Max Weber. Frederick Taylor introduced the scientific management theory that focused on production efficiency and production of employees themselves. Taylor thought that worker productivity could be completely controlled if he created guidelines and provided training resources for employees in an organization. The theme of this theory is that rationalization, rules, and expertise for an organization are necessary for an organization to run as a whole. Next, Weber's theory establishes clear roles for an organization and all its members within, to making sure that management theory focuses on improving the efficiency of the organization as a whole rather than on individuals themselves. Later, we're going to talk about Henry Fayol and his theory of management. He believed that he created 6 functions of management, which are now taught as the following essential functions of management: planning, organizing, leading, and controlling. This information was brought by the website of Lumen Learning. Today, within the three theorists, I'm going to be talking about many different questions I'm going to be addressing today. I'm going to be addressing if the ideas are still relevant in today's organizations. I believe that these major theorists had a good idea when they were thinking about the function of an organization. However, today they aren't as relevant as they probably were in the past. Today we have much more different organizations and companies and members of those organizations that run differently. There are many. They are diverse. They need different things. They communicate differently. The way that we communicate, we virtually communicate, and things like that. And many of these theories didn't take on those ideas when they were created back in the 19th century. However, they are still relevant in the form that organizations do run as a whole. Many times we are talked about, the organization is a machine, and that without different aspects of it, it cannot function to its full aspect or full success in that. So I think that these theories are still relevant in some aspects, but I think the closer we are getting into modern society and the more that technology advances and the way that communication is advancing, that soon that these theories will no longer be relevant in modern society and communications. The next question I'm going to be addressing is that are these theories similar and are they different? I think that these theories ultimately have the same idea. Weber's theory talks about the efficiency of an organization as a whole. And then, Fayol, he goes into, having different strategies of making sure that the organization plans accordingly, has guidelines and restrictions, and has a little bit of control. And as a leader, has the set those rules and guidelines for all the employees to follow as well. I think that they all correlate in the end together. And I think that beneficially together they work well, and they are able to provide organizations with an idea of how they should function in the beginning, and just some different similar details that they can pull from these theories. I think that these criticisms, another question I'm going to be answering is, what are the criticisms of these theories? I think that, like I mentioned earlier in this video, that there are many criticisms and disadvantages to these theories and approaches. It wants to kind of dehumanize people, and oftentimes when employees are put through these theories that Taylor created and Weber created, they often feel like they don't have a place in the environment where they can grow and learn and feel open. They are following guidelines, and these are the way that it has to be, when some people in modern society need a space where they can grow and are able to be creative. And these theories, unfortunately, just do not open that door for creativity and allow for outside communication to be brought into what the leaders suggest, because there are the guidelines and the rules, and the organization follows each role, and you're not allowed to step out of those roles. And so I think that those are the criticisms of it, and those are the disadvantages. And that's also another particular reason why I don't think that they're relevant in today's modern society of communication. Lastly, I'm going to be discussing different examples from this period that these theories can relate to. And I think, I discussed earlier kind of that machine type of organization where, you are kind of like a computer, you have your mouse, your keyboard, and, even going down to the keys on it. If you didn't have one, you wouldn't be able to function thoroughly with typing what you needed to type. If you were missing the drag, pad, you wouldn't be able to properly drag stuff on a desktop or on a laptop themselves. You need all processes to function in order to fully be able to use that computer to the best of its ability. And I think that this also relates to an organization. Everyone has a role. Everyone serves a purpose in that organization. And unfortunately, if that person is not there to fill that role, then that organization is not as successful that day or not as successful that month. They lose productivity, and oftentimes it can deepen or decrease morale because they aren't sure that role is missing, and it creates an off balance in the organization. But once all of those roles are filled and everyone is properly filling out their role in the way that they can properly fill out their role, then it allows for the organization to run smoothly. And that is just an example that I like to refer to. I think it helps me kind of understand it better, because it makes sense. When you're using a computer, if you don't have a certain part, you can't use that computer, to the best of what you need it to be efficiently. And that also correlates with organizations. I believe that, these theories are really relevant to when you are wanting to start off your basis of your organization. You really want to make sure that you have values, that you are looking at the efficiency of the organization, but also looking at the efficiency of individuals themselves. Because if individuals aren't being effective and aren't officially serving the roles that they are supposed to be doing in the organization, then unfortunately the organization as a whole will start to get an effect from that and maybe negatively impact the organization and, different tasks that are performed within the organization themselves. So it's important to look at all aspects and to make sure that you are addressing the disadvantages of these theories if your organization decides to use them. But can they be relevant? Yes, and they can be used. And I personally really think that having ideas about, Weber and Taylor and Fayol and what they thought about, management processes and how it works and functions in an organization is still very important. And I really like the function of the computer, of course, because that makes the most sense to me. But I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you learned something from what I had to say today, and hopefully that your management style can be improved with these theories as well as functions of these theories. Have a good day.